FC Unity Hope Tour is pretty much about bringing hope to the lives of people in countries where there's conflict, an ongoing conflict, or a country that's just come out of a conflict. And Iraq was primary target for that. So in the summer of 2008, in July and August 2008, we went to Najaf, the holy city of Iraq. So the city of Najaf, which is also the province of Najaf, was the host of FC Unity's first Hope Tour program in Iraq. And the experience in working in Iraq was very strange for me. I found it quite interesting to work with the Iraqis and find the heat incredibly difficult to work in. But in Najaf, what I found, and this is what I find in the Middle East, that things happen much quicker than they would in Europe. You know, one morning one of the cars turned up and said, hey, we're going to do some kit distribution, we're going to do some football jersey and uniform distribution, so get in the car. And we drive through to different parts of Najaf, and this is around midday, and the heat is unbearable. This is FC Unity guerrilla style, handing out footballs to kids in Najaf. We're doing unannounced visits. There are roadblocks everywhere. It's a religious festival, and security is very, very tight. So we're going on the back roads. So we stop wherever we see young people and we give them football shirts. And the reaction was incredible. Luckily, we had over 1,000 England football shirts from the England FA. So we did that one day, and then we did the game between the US Army and the PRT team and the Ugandan security forces who helped the Americans. It was this greatly successful game that we hear is still going on every week since we've left. But the highlight of the first tour in Iraq, in Najaf, was the multi-community tournament in Najaf Stadium. Over 600 people from the age of 8 all the way to their late 20s came together in the incredible heat and played a tournament and made friends with people from different parts of the province. It was surprising how welcome we were. It was surprising how people wanted to work with us, and the heat was unbearable. And the person who organized the actual tournament on the day nearly collapsed from heat exhaustion, but they went on and they did it, and they weren't doing it for money. They were doing it because they genuinely believed in something. They believed in that the power of this simple game can bring people together. They believed in an Iraqi returning, trying to do this, has such a symbolic importance that they wanted to support it. And to me, that was really humbling. The experience was very humbling. And so the reaction of the Hope Tour 2008 in Najaf was incredible. And then we moved on from there, and we moved to Baghdad. And so we spent a week traveling around Baghdad. It was over 11 events in 5 days. It was incredible. It took 2 weeks organizing them in Baghdad with people of FC Unity who were working for FC Unity from the communities. There were journalists, there were media people, there were producers who helped us. We've had the support of professional footballers coming out to support us. We've met with Iraq's greatest ever footballer, Amu Baba, and we managed to do an event with them.
Today we're at the Amu Baba Academy. Amu Baba is Iraq's most famous football coach, and he's probably got one of the most famous academies. It's probably Iraq's best known football academy, and these are the facilities. And we're just going to give us some more kit to more and more kids, as many as we can.
We managed to organize a game of people from 6 different districts in Baghdad, Shia and Sunni and Christian and Kurdish and Turkmen, and they played in mixed teams. 6 months prior to that, that was impossible. People would have been killed to do that. And just because we had football shirts and because we had footballs to give away and because we organized a football tournament for these young people, we were welcome. We organized events in the Women's College for Physical Education.
Today we're here to organize a 5-a-side women's game at the college. To look at it and to look at the facilities, and for this to be the main college of physical education for women in Iraq, facilities seem to be quite poor. There's absolutely no funding. There's really aren't any professional curriculum. But I do believe that there's incredible enthusiasm and commitment from all that we have met, including the Dean, Dr. Nawal al-Ubaidi, who has probably single-handedly tried and bring this college to the level it is, and I dread to think what level it used to be at.
In Iraq, in a country like that, to work with young women is pretty much unheard of. They've really been abandoned, and to see the dean of the school have the reaction that we've come down to help restructure women's sport as well and help support that was incredible. And we still work with her, and we'll be doing an event with that college in 2009. Wherever we went, we were received with smiles, with open arms, with great welcome, and that was the Baghdad tour. 11 events or 12 events in a space of 5 days. And the memory still exists. It exists in me, and hopefully it exists and people remember it from Iraq, because when I went back this year, people were still wearing the same shirts that we gave them in December. And to see that was incredible. In March, I had an email from Lieutenant Colonel Michael Shinners. Mike had a vision to try and use football to deter people from joining militias, to take them away from the culture of violence. And Mike and I started working on the idea to create the biggest community football tournament in Baghdad. And it happened that in May 2009, the American and the Iraqi army came together. And we created the biggest football tournament that the city has seen since the change. And the only football tournament where the Iraqi national anthem and the American national anthem were played, and both were applauded. So there were many firsts. We had over 1,200 young people over 2 days in the national stadium. And prior to that, as I said, in the qualifiers, we had 4 different community events in 4 different parts of East Baghdad, where again the US military and the Iraqi military worked together, where the community was the center and focal point. So all it was about is to give something back to the community, to make sure that a great event, a great sporting event is created, where people can enjoy themselves, where the people can mix together, where people can share their experiences, talk about their cultures, and try and find universal values. And I think we've managed to achieve that.